Lord's brought me a long way from those days. So, what's that?
He has the saw. He's brought us along.
Yep, and he's so gracious and patient.
Yeah, right. It's a good thing.
I just want to thank you all for being here. My name's Beth Taylor. I've lived in this town, born and raised here my whole life. But, see, I am so touched that you're all in here. I'm sorry. See, I can't be a biggie girl. Be a biggie girl. Okay. Daddy told me to be a biggie girl. No, my dad's crying too. See? Why do I cry? Because my dad cries. My mom. We need my mom. My mom says, okay, crying's good. But you know what? Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, me and my dad will cry, and then my mom's like, okay, crying's good, but it's not going to solve any problems. What are we going to do about it? Me and my dad, when my mom speaks, well, we snap to it. But anyway, Bobby meant the world to all of us, and I can tell that by the people here. I mean, some of us knew him as Bobby, some Bob Biker, some Bicycle Bob. Whatever you knew him as, you loved him. I mean, there was not a time, I can't even look at my dad. There was never a time that we got together as a family that we didn't talk about Bobby. One of the things that I remember most about Bobby was when my kids were little. And I'm sure the moms will remember those days, trying to get your little ones ready for school, and then you getting ready for work, and just having those mornings of, oh Lord, please let me get out of this house because I'm going to be late for work. Well, as always, I was running late. And I was running out to my car, putting stuff in, and running back in the house, and kids, get your coats on, we gotta go. And I ran back out, and Bobby was out there. And he had a big old smile on his face. He said, well, good morning. I said, good morning. And to myself, I'm thinking, oh, Bobby, I love you, but I don't have time to talk. But you know what? He said, it's going to be a good day. But you know what? By the way, you're running a little bit late, Beth. But you know what? That made me stop and think, you know what? I'm okay, I'm safe. Because Bobby always knew what we were doing, and if something was wrong, if somebody was down there doing something bad, or I knew I was going to be okay because he knew it wasn't right. He knew it wasn't normal. He'd go down to my dad's, he'd say, hey, something's up, Buz's not going to work, or Buzz, you know, something don't look right. We all knew we were going to be okay if Bobby was around. And you know,
Bobby was our security blanket.
there we go. He was our security. I love that.
Yeah, that's what he was.
The other thing I can say is I always said, you know, I don't remember Bobby ever looking anything different.
No.
To me, he always looked the same. And I said to my dad, I said, Dad, I don't think he's human. I think he's an angel put in our town. You know, he was always the same. And I can remember. I was gone for the weekend when he passed away. And my dad called me because he didn't want me finding out any other way. And he said, sis, gotta tell you something. Our buddy's gone. Like, what? He said, Bobby's gone. I thought he was an angel. I thought he'd be here forever. I really did. But you know what? He is an angel now. Just somewhere else. Okay, sorry. Listen, I told Dad, I'm not gonna talk today, Dad. And Dad just smiled at me like, yeah, right, you're not talking. But the first thing I want to do, what Bobby always do at the post office, his big job was put up the flag in the morning, take it down at night. So I'm gonna ask Kyle, where's Kyle? The mayor of Jerry City to please come put up the flag for us.
Yeah, Kyle.
Kyle!
Yeah.
Brand new flag for Bobby. The stone. Oh my goodness, this was such a God-led thing. A lot of you will remember Tina Hathaway. Her husband, Jeff, and she has what's it called? In Perrysburg, they have a monument. What's it called?
Monument business.
Monument business, but what's it called?
Jeff Pettit. Jeff Pettit business.
It's his name. It's Jeff Pettit.
Yeah.
But they have a monument place in Perrysburg. Don't know what took me in that store because I didn't even know it existed. And we're like, oh, let's go in there and just look at their stones. So we went in there, and of course I start crying. I'm like explaining to this guy who I had never met in my life what was going on, and he's like, well, wait a minute, are you from Jerry City? I'm like, yeah. He's like, my wife's from Jerry City, and she was telling me all about Bobby. And so it was like, oh my goodness. So I can't say thank you enough to him, his business, because he gave us an unbelievable deal for Bobby, for us. I have to show you what we have. And I think it's okay.
Come on up and have a look.
Yeah, come on up and see what we got. I think it turned out beautiful.
I'm Al Tyson, and I grew up in this town. Bob was about 1 year younger than I was. Anyways, my wife worked for the post office, and Bob would come up. He'd put the flag up, and then he'd look at his watch and say, "Sue, you're late." You're too early. Anyways, he did a lot of things. He did the snow and everything, and also Sue had him water the flowers up there. He didn't care for that too much. And then he worked for Margaret too, Margaret was there for us. But one day I went up there and the ladies of town had a bake sale, a bunch of cookies. Sue come out, she's going home, and she picked up a big thing of cookies and got home. I said, "Thanks for the cookies." She said, "That ain't for you, them for Bob." Bob was in the hospital with pneumonia a year ago. We went up and gave him the cookies, and boy, he was tickled. By the way, I did get some of the cookies.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh, that's Barney. She's the one who was our security one.
Yeah, Bobby was good. we're from the old CCL club, and we used to have our bake sale uptown all the time. And if it wasn't for Bobby coming up there and buying our baked goods, he'd buy all the pies and all the cakes. We never had to worry about making a little bit of money. He'd always help everybody. And I guess I never really, when I first moved here, he scared me. Because I had little kids, and I didn't know them. Until I met a very good friend, and she has passed away since. And she told me he was a good guy. And my kids played with him all the time. They played ball. He would come and be with them. And one day I was standing up there and he gave me a big hug. Never in my lifetime did I believe he would ever hug me, but he did. And I'll always remember that. Thank you.
There we go. I moved into town, I believe, somewhere between 73 and 74.
Okay. I'm so glad somebody else cried.
Bobby was. And you're right, I think he was misjudged, and I think that's why he was hesitant about going back to the hospital.
Yes.
Talk up louder,
I agree.
Denise.
And it was a blessing to have him. And
Denise, talk louder to the people.
shortly after he passed, I had a very vivid dream that I saw him on his bike riding down Main Street, and he veered right towards Lee's house and kind of went up and disappeared shortly after he passed. So it made me feel like he was riding to heaven. But the day I heard the news, it broke my heart. He was good, and he knew not to judge people, you know, if everybody could live that way, right?
Exactly.
And so helpful, so good, and
Yeah. Thank you.
When I moved to town, my kids and I, we didn't have much help moving in, but Bobby and a bunch of the boys from town come down and help me move everything in. And at Christmas time when I decorated outside, he'd always come down and help all the high stuff and everything. One day he come down and he sort of shabby with his beard, and I said, Bobby, you're getting a little shabby there, and about 2 days later, he'd be all shaved up. But we miss him so much. He helped me a lot in everything when I first moved to town, and always. We're going to miss you.
Cry baby.
You wear sunglasses. That's why you wear sunglasses. I'm Jackie Tracy. I grew up. I don't think I was born when Mom and Dad lived in Jerry City, but one of the kids of John and Evelyn Curran. We were raised in the red house, just catty corner across from where Bobby lived. And our family counted on him so much. Excuse me, when Mom and Dad got older and couldn't really take good care of themselves, they were able to stay in their house in part or a lot of because Bob helped take care of them. He did mowing for my dad, and I don't think John, he wouldn't take any money for that.
Nope. Cookies.
So you've got Bob was prideful, so you've got two prideful men, you know, trying to work something out, but he always came and did Dad's mowing. When we finally talked my mom into stopping climbing ladders and doing stuff like that, I mean in her late 70s or whatever, then Bob came and started doing those sorts of chores for them. He would clean the eaves out and would do all sorts of things for him, and he would never take any pay. But my mom discovered that sweet tooth that people always talked about. So she would bake him pies and bread and things like that and take them over, and he would accept that, but he would never accept money. And I could always count on when I would come into town to stop in on them. If they weren't there, but I saw like my dad's car and couldn't find them, along would come on Bob, and he would say, well, I think your dad's down mowing, and your mom's down at Linda McGuire's, or I saw her going down the street and turned, so I think she must be down at Bernie's. You know, he inevitably knew where they were, so we didn't have to worry. So that was a blessing to us. So, you know, my parents passed before he did, but now Bobby's up there probably keeping track of them and all the other Jerry City folks that have gone before us. And I think that's a really wonderful thought. So I think there is something to your saying that he's an angel. I'd never thought about that, but he never did change from my earliest memory. He got a little thinner, a little older, but there just was no change.
No,
He always seemed the same.
Yeah.
So that's a really cool thought. So I'm very grateful to him for what he did for our family.
Yeah.
Okay. One of the town matriarchs has just given me an order, Bernie.
One of the other things I think of all the time, those of you know me well, know that I love to skip within 6 months. I always think of him up there with my kids. I could just hear Justin, my 27-year-old son, he was, dude. I could hear him when Bob came, dude! What are you doing here, dude? And I could just hear Kristen, oh, Bobby! And that just, stuff like that just helps me know that he is up there watching my babies too. Oh, Dad, I know Dad has to tell you. I couldn't have done any of this without my dad. He is my everything.
Wow, I gotta follow that.
Where do you think I got this mouth from?
Bobby was more than life to us. We had two houses. One, Mrs. Brummagem, I don't know if you remember where we lived, where Bethel is. Mrs. Brummagem, Bobby helped me tear that down. And then Jerry Palmerton's place was on Jerry Street. Bobby helped me tear that one down. But through this whole thing, it's always interesting. I use the word in my vocabulary, luck and lucky. But that's really not what I believe. I believe in divine intervention. Everything that we do in life, there's a divine intervention that happens. And I can remember the picture you see on the monument. It was April the 26th. Bobby coming riding up on his bicycle. I was at the post office. Bobby said, Kenny, what you doing today? I said, Bobby, I got to go to work. Where are you going to work, Kenny? Hey, Bobby, by the way, could I take your picture? Nah. Okay, he said, go ahead and take my picture. I don't ever remember of anybody taking a picture of Bobby. A month later, on May 26th, Bobby passed away.
Wow.
That picture on that monument is 1 month before Bobby passed away.
Wow.
And I can remember last winter, Bobby always asked me, Kenny, it's getting cold. When are you going to Florida? We're going to Florida the end of January. Okay. I said, okay, Bobby. Yeah, send me a postcard, Kenny. So this last winter when we were down there, I don't know how many I sent him, but many. I just felt led to do that. So I got home in March, saw Bobby at the post office. I said, Bobby, did you get my postcard? Kenny, man, you sent me all kinds of postcards this year. I always sent him a picture of a gentleman sitting on a park bench, bicycle right beside of him, all covered with snow. That was half of the card. The other card, half of it was me laying on the beach, or everybody laying on the beach. Bobby always looked forward to that. The other divine intervention was exactly what Beth was talking about. We had no idea where we were going that day. We saw the sign, stopped, and here's the monument. The gentleman gave us a fantastic deal. We couldn't have done it without him. So we certainly want to give him the praise today. He and Tina, very special people. And he helped yesterday. In fact, he delivered it yesterday. And I asked him a couple days ago, I said, Jeff, can I come and pick it up? I said, how much does it weigh? He said 175 pounds. I said, well, this old man ain't going to pick 175 pounds. So Jeff brought it yesterday, unloaded it from the back of the pickup truck, and he says, you get this end and I'll get that end. And I thought, oh boy, divine intervention, the old man. I did get to carry it up and put it on there, but oh, what a joy it's been living in the same area that Bobby was born and raised, and we appreciate so much the family across the street. They've been a big help in orchestrating all this and willing to let us do what we've done today. So much. All of your gifts, your money gifts that came in, and all the things that you folks have given to this city. It's a love of outpouring today of what Bobby meant to all of us. So God bless you.
The other thing that we were going to do was walk together down to the post office. That kind of changed for a couple of different reasons. Well, actually just one. We were going to have Jim Overmeyer put up the other little monument that we got for him, but Jim wasn't able to be here today, and Dad and I both decided there's no way we were climbing a ladder to get it up there. Did you see it? Yeah, so he put it up for us a couple of days ago. But again, I was so excited about that because at that time it was right after Bobby had passed away, and I knew I wanted to do something, but I had no idea what. We had gone to the Amish country, and I walked out the store, and it was sitting there, and it just screamed Bobby to me. And I called Dad. He was there too. Of course, I don't do anything without my daddy. Yeah, I'm a daddy's girl. Anyway, I cried. I'm like, Dad, I found something for Bobby. And I'm like, I don't know if I can get in the car. He's a baby girl. We'll get it in here somehow. Even if you have to ride on the roof. But, yeah, so take a look at it as you leave town. If you haven't seen it, it's down on the post office. It's in between the post office and the town console. There's a really cute bike up there. I had my cousin's husband, Todd Hansen, who actually is an amazing artist. He has done artistry for a lot of famous people. Kid Rock is one of them. I can remember Kid Rock because I love Kid Rock. But he goes all the way to Australia to do lots of work and everything else. So he actually did some of the work on it. So we've had like so many people. All of you guys are amazing. I love you all. Thank you for just the donations, everything you've done, and it's just, it has been such a pleasure. I'm just thrilled. Anything else, Dad?
No, that's it, honey.
I think we're gonna. Anybody else have anything to say?
There's gonna be there's another plaque that's gonna be up at Town Hall. So when you guys are up there voting or doing anything up at Town Hall, look for the plaque for Bobby.
Thank you.
Let's give another round of applause for Beth and everybody that did
Yeah. Thank you to everybody.
No, honestly, I do not need thanks. This is all of us together. It's been such a pleasure. Like I said, everything has gone wrong, but Dad says no, everything's gone the way it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
So it did. But you know, gosh, yeah, it's been a pleasure. I feel honored to have done this to such an amazing man. So I'm gonna have my dad close in prayer.
Father, we thank you for the privilege, oh God, that you sent to us a wonderful man in our life, Bobby McMahan. Thank you, oh God, that he was able to join and just live in this community of love, and he shed so much love upon our pathway, oh God. He never graced the universities. He never ran for public office. Never entered the high school of Elmwood. But oh, what a gentleman he was. He made a difference in our lives, oh God, and we're so thankful for it. And I can remember, oh God, as Bobby met you in heaven, I'm sure that you gave him that beautiful gold bicycle. And I think the words that Bobby would have spoke is, God, how far away is Jerry City? I want to go just one more time to run up and down the sidewalks and the streets of Jerry City just to say goodbye to my friends. Today, oh God, we say goodbye to Bobby. until that day that we all unite around your throne, we'll see Bobby again to thank him for those wonderful things and what a life that he lived, oh God, that we might take a lesson from his life. In Jesus' name we pray, amen, and thank you, Jesus.